In this lesson, I'm going to dive into the back end of ConvertKit to show you how I'm using analytics to improve the way that I send emails. This is so important if you can do A/B testing of subject lines to see who is actually opening your emails, what your click rates are, to compare different sequences to see what types of emails do better. If you have sequences, seeing what your subject lines are. If you can't do A/B testing, just to see which ones get opened versus which ones don't. It's so important to constantly be improving, and that's really the only way that you can improve your emails, by seeing which ones actually work or not. Luckily, with most modern email marketing tools, you can see all kinds of data. So let's dive into ConvertKit. First, I want to show you how I use the A/B testing for subject lines. Here are some of my broadcast emails. These are not parts of sequences. These are just emails that I send to a specific group or all of my subscribers. Or for example, this Watch My Documentary on Anthony Carbajal email was sent to everyone who is related to video or photography on my list. So if I click to view report, I can see that I had A/B test results for my two titles. My two titles I test were Watch My Documentary on Anthony Carbajal and My Documentary is Live. Please check it out. So the open rate was very close, 43.8 to 40.9, but over 1,000 people, this is going to make a difference. Using the action word watch definitely helped. Let's look at the report for 7 steps to a successful filming career. This time it was a little interesting. I posed a question in the B title: what are the 7 steps to start your filmmaking career? Or 7 steps to a successful filmmaking career. The difference is quite significant. Here's an email. I don't have a lesson about this in this course, but pruning your email list is important. You want to have a super high quality email list. And for me, that means that I'd rather have 2,000 people on my email list than 10,000 people who aren't engaged. And so what I do is I prune my email list every few months or so. So what I'll do, and you can easily do this with ConvertKit, is you can send an email to anyone who hasn't opened an email in the past few months. And if people don't respond to that email, I'll prune them off my list. So I got rid of like almost 2,000 people just a couple months ago because I don't want to be paying for people on my list if they're not engaging with me. So let's look at one more Phil's income report, April 2017. So here the clear winner was Phil's income report that includes the amount that I made in that month, because people like seeing those amounts. The open rate 44.3 compared to 35. The click rate also much higher in that batch of emails that were sent. So it might, who knows why the click rate is a lot higher with that subject line. Sometimes it doesn't correlate. This time it did. So let's look at one other types of analysis that I do. So here's a brand new sequence that I started last week. I mentioned it. This is for a free course called Adobe in 30 Minutes. I put together a free series of tutorials, and over 116 people have signed up so far in the past week. So that's over 100 people who are brand new email subscribers. What I want to see is the amount of clicks, because the email that I sent is a welcome email, and I can show you the content of that email. This is just a quick welcome email to Video School Online. It says here is how you can access your free 30-minute tutorials, and then below I give them more resources that I provide for them. So I've broken it down into my tutorials, my membership program, my resources page. These are the things that if someone's brand new to Video School Online, I want to let them know about them. So I'm interested to see, okay, which of these do people click on? Do people click on the membership page? Do people click on the individual classes that I show down here? Does anyone click the most recommended resources? Because this is a brand new email that I'm sending out, I don't have that much data. But if after a few weeks or even a couple months, no one has clicked on the most recommended resources page, I'm going to take that out of this email because it's not adding any value. So I can already see that I had a number of people who clicked on the individual classes. So just a few right now. A number of people clicked to access their 30-minute tutorials. A couple people clicked on the Video School Online page. So I can see that a few people have clicked these individual links. That also tells me which types of classes people who sign up for my email list are most interested in. If a lot of people are clicking on the photography masterclass, for example, after a few months, if 50 people have clicked on that link, that tells me that I should promote this class to them. And what I can actually do, which I'm not going to do now because it'll show you their email address and that's private, but I can actually click on this link and I can send emails to this group of people. So after a few months, if 50 people have clicked on this link, I can send them an email saying, hey, I noticed you were interested in the photography masterclass. Check it out here. Do my spiel why people should enroll. I can even filter out people who have purchased the class already. So anyone who clicked on it and purchased won't get that email. And that's one type of funnel you can do in ConvertKit. There's all kinds of things you can do with the analytics of your email sequences and your emails that you're sending. But it's important just to pay attention. Even if you don't dive too deep into the analytics, just checking the open rates of your sequences and specific emails. So for example, if I go into my podcast sequence, this used to be on Video School Online, and if I go into reports, I can see the open rate for specific emails in that sequence. And I can see, okay, which ones are being opened more or less. Which ones are people unsubscribing from most? A lot of people join lists and they subscribe on the very first email. And that's totally fine. You're just going to get that. But if there's an email that is getting a lot of unsubscribers later on, maybe I need to change that up. It's not as valuable to people. If there's an email that doesn't have a high click rate, why is this a 4.1% click rate while this is a 25% click rate? Something that I need to look into. So these are just a few examples of how I use analytics to improve my emails. So hopefully it inspires you to do the same.